Hey everybody, the Real Behemoth here, back again with another video for Heroes of History. So today we're going to be looking at the purple or dark tier list for Tesla Storms. So starting at the bottom in D tier, we have Titus, Triboulet, and Dayu. In C tier, we've got Chiyome. B tier, Mansa Musa. A, Benjamin Franklin, Spartacus, Oracle, Edison, Otto, Musashi. S tier, Marie, Abe, and Confucius. So starting off in D tier, Titus and Dayu, they both do some single target damage, and there's definitely argument for moving one or two of them to C tier. Personally, if I had to move one of them, it would be Dayu, as she'll deal more damage than Titus, but Titus also has a shield and he's a little bit tanky. So Triboulet, I don't think he's going to be utilized at all for Tesla, or really almost any other game mode in the game. And then in C tier, we've got Chiyome. There's definitely argument for her to move up to B tier as well. She does pretty solid single target damage, and she increases. She essentially buffs herself. So the more times that she procs her skill, she's gonna gain in attack speed, and she's gonna be kind of firing these off similarly to Edison in A tier over there. B tier, Mansa Musa. There's definitely argument for him to move up to A tier as well, as he's going to be one of your primary buffers in purple or dark faction type for Tesla. He increases attack, critical attack, and critical damage at later abilities. And he's going to be one of the solid units that you're going to want to use to buff the rest of your team to deal more damage to the Tesla boss or minions. A tier, we got Benjamin Franklin. I think there's even argument to move him down to B tier personally. I think that he's going to be pretty underwhelming in Tesla. He's kind of, I hate to say it like this, but he's kind of a worse Karl Marx when it comes to his similar debuff in Tesla. And that's just in Tesla. He's a solid hero when you're using him out of Tesla, but in Tesla, I don't think that you're going to find as much utility, but he's there just due to his level cap, to his base damage and stats, and his ability does have some use. Now, in A tier following, we've got Spartacus. Spartacus is going to do single target damage, and he does a decent bit of it. So he's going to be very helpful and valuable when using him against the Tesla boss. He also has a buff which increases his crit stats. So he's going to be dealing even more damage as well with that. Now, some of you may be surprised seeing Oracle here in A tier, but Oracle is going to be very, very crucial against the minions, and she's very easily obtainable as well. So you're going to find a lot of use cases out of her. The faster you clear minions, and these smaller mobs, the faster you get back to the boss to deal more damage, and it essentially gives you more time to fight the boss himself. Now, Edison, also A tier, he's a bit of a glass cannon, does a lot of damage in clusters, but he also will do a lot of damage to the boss as well. The more that he procs his skill, he's going to continually increase in attack speed, and you're going to see him firing these light bulbs off, the faster and faster the more time goes on. Now, he's, again, a bit of a glass cannon, so he's very squishy. He dies pretty easily, so just make sure you keep him alive. Now, also in A tier, Otto. We all use Otto. A lot of people use Otto. Otto is very solid. He's got a taunt and shield, and actually shields, a friendly as well at later ability levels. And he's going to be used against the minions as well. So he's going to be used kind of more of a survival type ability, to where you're wanting the minions to focus him instead of the rest of your heroes. Now, moving on, we've got Musashi. Musashi is an incredible 3-star damage dealer against this purple boss. You're going to see he does a massive amount of damage, and he is going to be very, very strong, especially because he's so easily obtainable and awakenable. So you'll really find a lot of utility out of him in terms of dealing just single target damage and a massive amount of it to the boss. In S tier, we've got Marie, Abe, and Confucius. So Marie You know, again, cluster focused, but she'll also do quite a bit of damage to the boss himself as well. And you're going to see that she has quite a bit of utility. Her base stats are higher, level cap is higher, as she's a 5-star. So once you, again, you know, if you pair her up with Oracle, for example, you're going to be clearing these minions very quickly, and you'll find a lot of utility there. Now, Abe is very, very strong when it comes to Tesla. So Abe, his ability, you know, provides some invincibility for, you know, I think it's about 3 seconds at starting. And then I think it's closer to 5 seconds, I want to say, or 4 seconds at his higher ability levels. But essentially, his use case is going to be to fight against that boss ult damage, essentially. You're going to get hit once early on, but then afterwards, as he continues to recharge, you're going to find that you can ult and use his ult every single time right when the boss is about to, you know, use his ult move, and he will prevent all the damage that comes to it. So you don't have to worry about the ult damage when you have Abe Lincoln. Confucius, a very, very strong buffer or debuffer. He increases attack speed, reduces enemies' defense in kind of a cluster. You're going to find a lot of use for him. So he's going to be kind of a replacement for both Oracle and Mansa Musa in some use cases. So if you have him, he can essentially replace them both, which is why he's an S tier. So you're going to find a lot of utility from him if you have him. I do not have him yet. I would love to have him. He's very strong for this Tesla boss. Would definitely highly recommend using him. Well, let me know what you guys would change and what you guys would move around and why. Happy to hear your thoughts. And everything is absolutely movable. Of course, this is all subjective. So keep that in mind. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks.